Here to perform our national anthem, please welcome award-winning, multi-platinum country music icon and star of the upcoming Fox series Monarch, Trace Adkins.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
The search is over. The most comprehensive oval scoring solution is here. Featuring oval playoffs, adjust drivers per round, custom number of rounds, custom playoff points, provisionals, optional win and you're in, custom playoff displays, rookie championships, optional minimum participation, and load those results in seconds. Visit extremescoring.info today.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series in officially licensed cars engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
From Mordor to Hogwarts to Gotham, the nerds have come together to create a show for nerds by nerds. Join nerds doing nerd things as they talk about all things nerdy. Stay up to date on the show by liking the Nerds Doing Nerd Things Facebook page.
RICMOTECH, high-performance sim racing equipment. There's only one place to go, RICMOTECH.com.
The following is an All-Star 15 TV production.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to All-Star 15 TV. On the broadcast tonight, it is race number 6 for the XMS RICMOTECH Truck Series at Kansas Speedway. I'm AJ Capola, and joining me up in this beautiful broadcast booth high atop Kansas Speedway, it's the one, the only, Gary Wells.
Well, I appreciate it, AJ, for the kind words. We're here in the heartland, Kansas Speedway. We're kind of close to Kansas City, Kansas. I don't know where this track is located, but looking forward to it here tonight. It's going to be a fun race. These trucks are going to be all over the place. I really think we are going to see all 3 lines used here tonight, AJ, and everybody is super, super close on time. So I think we're going to see a mini Daytona, if you will.
Yeah, let's jump to some of the action on the racetrack. And Gary, as we are watching parts of qualifying, give us the tale of the tape from Kansas Speedway.
Yeah, so they've only ran, as far as I went back and did my research, I only do about 3 or 4 previous seasons from Extreme because just things change a lot. But I did see that they ran here on 2 previous occasions. Now, there could be more, but this is just from the seasons that I looked at that I had available to me. Season 18, it was actually the second to last race of the regular season, race 9. And season 15, it was actually a playoff race. And both were good races. James Holzer won that race in season 18. He led the most laps at 82 laps. Brendan Book won the pole. We had 5 leaders for 12 lead changes and only 2 cautions. Then in season 15, Austin Hill won the pole. Todd Cray won the race. He led a race high of 75 laps. We had 6 leaders, 14 lead changes, but we did have more cautions that race. We had 7 cautions for 35 laps. I think we're going to fall somewhere in the middle of that tonight, AJ. I'm thinking anywhere between 4 to 5 cautions here tonight is probably where we'll land, but with the same amount of leaders and the same amount of lead changes here at Kansas Speedway.
Yeah, I'm excited to see what we are going to have. A couple new faces I think we got out there, and one of them is sitting on possible pole right now. He's not new to the channel. I don't think he's really new to the XMS series of
he is not
races. But welcome back, Scott Rambler. I think he won the Next Gen series last season. Am I correct with that?
Yes, he did win our Cup Series last season, and he had to make a move, AJ, across the country, and finally he said, hey, you know what, I'm settled in, I'm ready to go back racing again. And so he signed up tonight. We got him a truck paint. Well, I say we, but Joe Hutchings of JVM Graphics got him a paint set up for him so he could go race tonight. And he's already put it on provisional pole here, so we'll see what happens here the next 4 minutes as we got more trucks going around the racetrack here. But for right now, even though he's been off for about a month and a half, he's looking pretty good on the speed chart so far.
Yeah, taking a look at last night's winner right here on the channel, the driver of the number 4 Chi-Chi's, Matt Cochran, trying to put a good lap down, currently 19th position on the board. Let's see if
let's go put him third, AJ.
Wow, what a great lap for Matt Cochran, a 30.49.
Yeah,
he's
it was
going to be happy
actually
about
1/1000th of a second between him and Joe Darnell. Joe Darnell ran a 4.88, and Matt Cochran ran a 4.89. Ben Corson going to go up to second with a 4.84, a 30.484. So right there, all separated by
half a lap to go in his qualifying run, running the 48 Chevy Silverado. Currently in that 22nd position, a 30.87. I can't imagine him starting that low on the field. He's going to bounce it to P4.
He's going to bounce it to P4 there. Nice run there. Mr. Clean there, and Paul Irvin himself there on the hood of that racetrack. Kyle Miller's out on track here, AJ. Took the words right out of my mouth. 31.26. That's the warm-up lap. And that's what you kind of do here at Kansas. You kind of have to, like, with most mile and a half with these trucks, you kind of have to treat it like a Daytona or a Talladega, so to speak. So Kyle here tonight ran the high line his first lap. Let's see what he does on lap numero dos here, coming off of turn number 4 this time. Bringing it to that checkered flag here. He is going to run a 30.497. That's going to put him in P7.
Dustin Carroll in the 92 crosses the line to finish his qualifying run. That's going to be good for 23rd. Daniel Krim in the 47. Across the line.
Are we on the same wavelength tonight? Because I was thinking of looking at Daniel too.
That first lap
32.052.
Yeah, I think his first lap was a
get
up
away,
to speed.
for sure.
Yeah, get some heat in those tires.
And there's many different tricks of getting the heat in the tires and getting that engine temp
P3
and that
for
oil
Justin
temp
Oplinger.
up and running. Yep, P3 there for Oplinger here, a 30.48.6. It's really tight here amongst our top 5. And add Daniel Krim to the list there, a 34.89, ties with Matt Cochran.
Bustos
And Jake Bustos beating Scott Ramler by 1/1000th of a second. Heck of a run by Jake Bustos there. A 30.46.1 to Scott Ramler's 30.46.2.
And with just a minute left in qualifying, nobody's hitting the racetrack. They are out of time. We are going to step away for a couple moments, pay some bills, and when we return, we will have the interview with our pulse hitter, Jacob Bustos, and the grid. You're watching All-Star 15 TV's broadcast of the XMS RICMOTECH Truck Series. We will be right back.
RICMOTECH, high-performance sim racing equipment. There's only one place to go, RICMOTECH.com.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head to head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
We are back, and it is time to talk to our pulse hitter this evening, the driver of the number 74 Ford F-150. It is Jake Bustos. Congratulations on the pole. How does it feel? How's the truck feel in qualifying, and what are we expecting for you during tonight's race?
I tell you what, AJ, there's not many things in life that I live for, and I can come out here and run faster than Scott Ramler. You know, I already won today. It doesn't matter where I finish. but no, the truck feels good. I mean, it's planted. It's Kansas at night. It's going to be, you know, pretty much wide open throttle at the beginning, and kind of just got to manage it for the first half of the run. And then once the tires start going a little bit, you'll hopefully start seeing some separation from the field. I don't know. It's going to be tight, hard racing, so it should be a pretty good race for everyone looking on from home.
All right, dude. Well, good luck. Hopefully we get to talk to you a couple times here this evening, whether it's at the stage or in our podium interviews. But good luck and enjoy tonight's race.
I appreciate it, gentlemen. Y'all have a good night.
You too.
All right, Gary, it is time to get our starting lineup brought to you by the All-Star Report. Coming soon right here to the channel. Jake Bustos, Scott Ramler on your front row. In row number 2, it's Ben Corson and Justin Opplinger. Row 3, Joe Darnell and Paul Irvin. Matt Cochran, Daniel Krim, row 4, rounding out that top 10. It's Dalton Fredericks and Kyle Miller in row 5. Gary, continue at 290.
The 90. Oh, man, that's a lot of cars.
Wow. The next one was the 95.
Well, we got Mr. NASCAR here in 11th to 95. Leland Honeyman. 12th place is going to be Trevor Klein. 13th is Mike Rominger. 14th is Hunter Hastings. 15th is Taylor Opplinger. 16th is going to be Sean Garrett. 17th, Adam Capps. 18th, Caleb Lamb. 19th is going to be Josh Vidal. And rounding out that top 20 is going to be Aiden Turner.
Right.
AJ, I just want to point out qualifying from 1st to 28th of the 28 trucks that laid down a qualifying time. 0.2 of a second. Ed Morris is not going to be able to race tonight. He's actually going to be in race control helping out Doug Tuttle as the 6th is stopped.
Oh, God.
Holy carnage.
Massive damage on the 6, and we haven't even gone green yet.
And the 35. We got damage everywhere on a lot of trucks out here.
Are they going to hold it a lap, or?
I don't know. We'll have to see what happens.
Well, we will.
We're not going green.
They are not going green. They are not going green this time, so they are going to wait for the field to get all sorted out here.
Taking a look at what happened.
That was strange. We'll have to take a look at the 6.
I think something broke on the 6.
Yeah, hard tell. I mean, you know, we do race online, AJ, so it could have been one of those things where maybe he had something with his pedals or something, maybe. I'm not entirely sure, but yeah, it looks like he just kind of goes to a stop in the middle of the grid. It looked like he was trying to get out of the way, but not everybody was able to do so. The 26 with some damage, the 35. Tough break for them guys.
Vidal already on pit road, and he hasn't seen a lap yet.
Yeah, Vidal was already on pit road. I think the 35 of Caleb Bacon pulled onto the pit lane. The 6 just kind of fell to the rear.
Yeah, and honestly,
sure
it looked
exactly.
like the 6 just something broke.
Yeah, it looks like something mechanical. I don't know if it was pedals or if his whole setup just crashed there for a moment. We've seen that happen from time to time, but looks like Ed Morris is actually on the racetrack here, AJ. I don't know if he's going to do a starting park or what with and assist Doug in the booth, but we got Ed Morris on track at the moment.
Here we go. Scott Ramler to the outside of pole sitter Jake Bustos. Pace truck is away, and we are
Green flag, green flag.
green at Kansas Speedway.
Pretty dead even start. We've seen Ben Corson in that 10 car be really good at qualifying, but I'm curious to see how he will pan out in the race here this evening. 57 and the 74, real tight side by side off of 2 here. And I think this is what you're going to see. I think Jake pretty much nailed it on the head. I think that's what you're going to see here the first few laps of the run. Oh, Rambler's loose. He's still loose. He saves it.
Oh, and they're wrecking behind him.
They're wrecking behind him. But, AJ, what I was getting ready to say was this is the thing that people are going to have to be watchful for here tonight. If you get loose like that, it really overheats the rear tires here very quickly at Kansas for whatever reason. It doesn't matter what you do. And it looked like that's what happened to Rambler. And that could have potentially messed up his tires for the whole run. Because once you lose that grip once, it's very hard to get that grip back. But yeah, looks like Pace Truck is in turn number 3 here, and we'll re-rack him, restack him.
The 5 of Taylor Bertram gets sent by Aiden Turner. Let's take a look and watch this, Gary. Looks like the 5 is going to get loose. Pop the apron. And yeah, just loose. Nowhere for anybody to go. Massive
like
damage.
24 was piled up in it.
Trucks.
24 is piled up in it. Looks like the 21 is in it. The 54 is in it. multiple black flags all around, multiple meatball flags. So a lot of carnage here early, AJ, in this race.
Let's back this up.
And we'll take a look at it one more time. But yeah, it's just one of those things there with Taylor. He just got loose. Yeah, he got his left tires below that white line. Now, what's crazy about the apron here, AJ, at Kansas Speedway, where the white line is, the white line is actually on the apron itself in 3 and 4, as opposed to 1 and 2. It's still on the racetrack. But there's still a little bit of a seam in 3 and 4 where you could still get below that seam, and there's still racetrack there. And I think there was just a misjudgment. Ooh, that's a hard hit for the 24.
Yeah, we were on board with Mike Capigia, who is, weirdly enough, getting shown the race leader?
No, he's not the leader. I think that's your scoring there having a stroke.
Yeah, happened a couple times. But all the cautions here on the channel, Gary, are brought to you by Elite Entertainment. Their link is in the description. Go check them out. Adam Caps, I appreciate you being a channel sponsor. Oh, you know what it was? Yeah. He jumped the pit road, and it put him past that start-finish line.
Oh, that's true. That's probably it.
Scott Rambler coming down pit road to service that truck, maybe to tighten it up a little bit.
I know there's really not much tightening up you could do with these fixed sets, but I guarantee you what he probably is doing is just topping it off on fuel. Because you got to think here, AJ, we do have stage racing here. Lap 45 is the stage, so probably just topping it off on fuel. See if maybe he could probably stretch it to 45. It's a tall task. It's 41 laps, 42 laps to the stage, so that's going to be a tall task. But if there's anybody that could do it in this garage, I really do think it is Scott Rambler.
Well, Gary, I will since we are under our first caution early on in tonight's race, there's a special decal that all these drivers are running. I will throw it to you on to why they are running it as I pull it up for everybody.
The pace truck is on pit road.
Oh,
here.
Is it really? Oh, wow.
Yeah, we're going green, brother.
Green flag.
Green flag. We'll talk about it in another caution later on, maybe the stage or something. But we will get to that here in just a little bit. Jake Bustos with a heck of a jump here. Ben Corson going to fall back to third here. Justin Opplinger in that second position as they head off of turn number 2.
Yeah, they're going to stay side by side. Coming off of turn 2, Daniel Krim right underneath Paul Irvin as they enter turn 3. I would think that outside lane is going to be the place to go later on in the runs. But working really good for the 48 coming out of 4.
Yeah, really good place to defend right there, beginning of the run. But the first little bit, you definitely want to be bottom to middle lane. As you see Ben Corson right there running that middle lane. There's a little bit of contact there with him and Joe Darnell. Paul was thinking 3 wide there. Couldn't quite get to make it 3.
Here goes Opplinger to the point.
Where they're on the bottom, that's where you want to be, hugging that white line. But, AJ, I really think we're going to see multiple lines here tonight. Sure, you're going to see some guys run the top. But I think if you see drivers committed to that bottom lane, they're going to stay there for the most part. And if you see drivers that are running middle to high, they're pretty much going to stay there for the extent of the run for the most part.
Yeah, you can see the 29 of Joe Darnell qualified in that fifth position, riding around right now in that 5th position. But I think that
here comes the Chi-Chis.
Yeah, I think that Ford truck has a lot of momentum building after a great run last night here on the channel. Great qualifying run for him tonight. And I know how excited Matt Cochran was to get to Kansas Speedway. I wouldn't be surprised.
He was telling me this is one of his favorite tracks.
Yeah, so I wouldn't be surprised if he's the top 5 or even a podium finish by the end of it.
Yeah, he said this is one of his favorite tracks, one of his best tracks on the service here at iRacing. And he definitely had a little bit of an extra pep in his step this week. I think the win last night definitely helped him. But we'll just have to see how the night goes. I mean, he's always been a solid when he's not getting wrecked or involved in anything. He's usually a solid top 10 fringe top 5 driver. So we'll just have to see how the rest of the race goes here for him, as we still got 126 laps left to go.
A little bit further in the pack. This
Look
is
at
for
this schedule
7th
here.
and 8th. And they have a lot of company. Daniel Krim on the inside, Dalton Fredericks on the outside. They are very much the leaders of their lanes.
Yeah, they've got Mr. NASCAR there, Leland Honeyman Jr. right there in the bottom lane right behind him. They got Caleb Lamb. I can't see who that other truck is. I think that's Trevor Klein in the 55.
Yes, sir. Logan Kogar in the 25 and in the 17. Uh-oh!
Oh, we got the truck sideways. Big hit for Leland Honeyman. That's probably going to bring out a caution. Maybe no caution. No
Gary,
caution. We stay green.
I had everything blip out for a second, and then when everything came back, he was wrecked.
Yeah, so they were wrecking way before that. 95 of Leland Honeyman I don't think it was even really his fault, honestly, looking at it here.
Watch, if you're looking at my screen, blink, gone.
And so it looked like the 55 scrapes the wall at the exit of 2. The 25 gets into him, and that causes the 55 to get into the 95, and they're just on from there. And the 55 really has a great save to keep that truck straight. But, yeah, Logan Kogar just getting hit. Leland getting hit, just nowhere to go. The 55 getting into Leland. No fault of his own, really. He hit the wall a little bit, lost a little momentum, but the 25 just sent them all sideways.
Yeah, very unfortunate for the 95, but it's kind of what online racing is every once in a while. One mistake will cost you the whole race, whether it's your fault or somebody else's fault. But the only good part is you're not paying for these trucks.
That's right. Cha-ching, cha-ching.
Millions and millions of dollars. But Bustos, our pole sitter, has dropped him back to that 3rd position. We see him in the 74. Oh, as Ben 10 is in the wall.
Ben 10 got into the fence right there. I think Bustos also, realizing we're 14 laps into this race. I think he's just trying to take it easy to get to the end of the run here. But look at Ben Corsa right here, AJ, putting on a show, trying to do the slide job. I think he's going to have... Nope, didn't quite get uplinger clear right there.
Might not have cleared him, but what a run. Smacks the wall 2 turns before and almost takes the lead as he's still fighting for it.
Yeah, he's still going to be fighting for it here. I think Ben was really able to make that bottom lane work, and I think that's where you're probably going to see him most of the night. But a lot of guys just kind of moving around here. We'll see how it goes. He definitely is putting up a heck of a fight down there on the bottom lane.
Now, Gary, you mentioned before the race started that they're going to need tires before they're going to need fuel. We still might see a green flag pit stop by the end of the stage at lap 45. When do you expect these trucks to possibly hit pit road?
Well, it could be as early as lap 20. I think you'll see them probably come in a little bit after lap 20, maybe lap 22, as we're 3 wide for the lead right here. 3 wide battle for position. And what's great about Kansas here in general, AJ, progressive banking, you got 17 degrees on the bottom of the racetrack, and then 20 degrees up against the wall, and then somewhere in between in the middle lane. But, yeah, I think that pit window's probably going to open here in the next 5 to 7 laps or so.
Bustos back to the point. You saw that pass out of turn 4. Ben 10 and the 51 of Opplinger, a little contact as they cross the stripe. That opens up the door for Paul Irvin to take 3rd. We are now single file from 1st to 5th.
Ben 10 getting up into the fence again.
Oh, he's going to have to keep it up there.
And that's the thing when you get... And that's what happens when you get to the fence here at Kansas Speedway, or really any of these mile and a half, AJ. Kind of, once you scrape the wall, it kind of sucks you in there.
Yeah, and it almost holds on to you. Doesn't want to let go. Further back, the 12 of Michael Thwaites between a bunch of trucks has the 2 of Adam Capps and Logan Kogar in the 25 in front of him. Look
at Caleb Lamb sending it down to the bottom of the racetrack there in that 77, making that bottom lane work. But I think what we're going to see here, AJ, tonight, I think you need help to complete that pass if you're on a path like this.
Now, Gary, with these trucks, they punch a huge arrow hole. What kind of aerodynamic tendencies do these trucks have at, say, a Kansas Speedway like tonight? Is it just tight, arrow tight the whole time?
Well, it's kind of depending on which truck you are. If you are kind of being pushed and you have somebody right on your tailgate, it can make you arrow loose because you're taking the air off with the spoiler. But if you're trailing somebody, depending on how far back you are and how close you are, really just depends on where you're at, it could really make the aero wash really bad for these trucks. So, and that's why you're going to see lifting throughout this mid-pack here, just to make sure they keep the tires on the car, especially that right front.
Yeah, because you're going to see some drivers hit lap 20, 21, aim straight for pit road. It's almost halfway in the stage. You're going to be able to make it to the end. But then you're going to have a couple drivers that are going to go until there's nothing left. And right now, Jake Bustos, your race leader, his best lap is a 30.63. His last time by was a 31.81. So 20 laps into a run, you're already a second and 2/10 slower.
Yeah, and you're going to see that a lot in tomorrow's RICMOTECH Xfinity Series race as well. About a second to a second and a half of fall off, AJ, from the start of the run to the end of the run. So we see this trend here right now. You're going to see it again here tomorrow night.
Looking at this great battle for P8. Dalton Fredericks in the number 20 All-Star 15 TV Ford F-150. And you have the 9 Chevy Silverado of Mike Rominger.
Ooh! The 17 and the 77 got together on the front stretch there, nose to tail. I thought somebody was getting turned. But...
yeah, even these 10 or so trucks under a blanket. Rambler on pit road.
Yeah, 77 kind of cut it close across the 12's nose right there, going into one. I think he apologized. But yeah, Rambler to pit road, you said?
Yes, sir.
Yep, and not surprising there. He's got the second best pit stall here in the field. Pitting by himself, interesting strategy. Hopefully that pays off for him. And he is going to use his first set of tires here. Looks like he does have somebody coming out of the pits with him.
That's 6 of Kyle Miller.
The 6 of Kyle Miller, these two pitting together.
Van Corson has dropped back to that 5th position. A little right side damage on that number 10. Currently working with the 29 of Joe Darnell to keep himself up there within that top 5. As Ben Corson has almost a second over Daniel Krim. But your race leader, the 51 of Justin Oppler, what do you have?
No. Go ahead.
I thought I heard, oh no. But Opplinger is trying to pull away from Jake Bustos. He had issues about 10 or 15 laps ago. Dropped all the way back to that 4th position.
Sorry.
Here comes the 10. And he's fought all the way back to P2 and running down our race leader.
Sorry, I saw the 48 just aggressively come down pit road. Just went from top to bottom to the pit lane. And I thought he was wrecking there, but really it was intended. But I will say, shout out to Joe Darnell, still running this throwback from last week. Running it again this week. Looks like Ben 10, speaking of, is coming down pit road here. Justin Opplinger's also entering the pits in the 2 and the 69, the 77, the 25.
Oh, that's going to be difficult for the 2 and the 77 being side by side like that. And that's going to hurt the 77 big time.
Yeah, and these guys are being monitored on pit road, making sure they're hitting all their boxes. Because you do get a 7 pit box limit here a 6 pit box limit here at Extreme Motorsports.
Here comes race leader Jake Bustos. That's going to open it up to Joe Darnell, currently going to lead the field ahead of his pit stop.
Yep, it's Joe Darnell, Daniel Krim running 1-2 right here. Looks like Joe Darnell is making communications that he is pitting this time to Daniel Krim. Daniel is going to inherit the race lead. And he is going to lead a lap.
Now, Gary, give us a little bit of a points breakdown scoring-wise. Do they get a point for lead lap, most laps, hard charger? Yo, wait, we're going to hold on to that. Yellow flag is out.
Looks like the 2 is stopped on the racetrack. Let's see what happened to Adam Capps.
Oh, Kyle
He's got
Miller.
big damage.
It's... Whoa.
Oh. Well, it kind of disappears for me, AJ. What do you see? Oh! Did the 2 get loose? Because that's what looked like happened.
I think the 2 very much got loose as that 6 was approaching.
Just the 6 had nowhere to go. That stinks. Tough break for the 2 of Adam Capps and the 6 of Kyle Miller. Let's take a look at it again. You see he's getting kind of loose and then tries to corral it, but it's just too late at that point.
And that's our second Elite Entertainment caution of the night. But Gary, while we're under caution, it's the perfect time to talk about points. Let's get ready to run those down, as I have to send the data for it. Here it is.
Eventually.
Justin Opplinger with a 19-point lead over Dalton Fredericks. Michael Thwaites in third with 219. Paul Irvin with 218. And rounding out that top 5, it's Daniel Krim at 210. And then it really starts going down pretty far with Bustos at 182, 181 for Ed Morris. And Ed Morris not here tonight, so he's going to fall even further.
Yeah, he's going to have to take a provisional here tonight. Well, actually, he was here. He turned a couple laps, but yeah, not the night that he was looking for.
Hey, he's able to save that provisional at least.
That's true. That's true.
Gary, we only have maybe 4 or 5 races before we hit the playoffs. It is a win and you're in scenario here. Granted, you have to make enough races to qualify for the playoffs. But Opplinger, Dalton, Thwaites, and Irvin doing a great job, along with Daniel Krim, every week to be as consistent as possible.
Yeah, and really for these guys here, you have to make 7 races. That counts your provisionals as well. You can use a provisional as an attempt. But you have to make 7 out of 10 races if you win, and you have to stay, I think it's like top 25 in points or something like that. Pretty easy to do. I think it's like top 20, somewhere along those lines. And you qualify into the playoffs, or you can get in by points if you're in the top 12 in points after the wins are scored out. But we only have 3 different winners through the first 5 races of the season. We just passed the halfway mark of the regular season last week. So these are the last 5 races here, and then we start the playoffs here after the new year. So gonna be an interesting little stretch here between the holidays and the racing here at Extreme Motorsports as a whole. But gonna be interesting here tonight for the rest of this race, because it seemed like Opplinger was flexing his muscle early. So was Jake Bustos. So I think it's really going to come down to that 74 and that 51 tonight, and maybe even Scott Ramler if he can get his track position for a race win here tonight.
Yeah, and speaking of that 74, he is back in that 10th position. A lot of these drivers are going to need to take a waiver round.
Yeah, it looks like the majority of them did.
So anybody in front of the 47 on the racetrack, that's the 54 of Christopher Opplinger.
Yeah, the 32 of Trenton Branson, the 15, the 99, the 12. Everybody in front of Daniel's going to be getting a lap back here. And while we had some time here, as we are coming to 2 to green, 1 to green here. We're going 1 to green, but we'll go ahead and throw it up here, AJ. We did something a little nice for one of our team members here, you know, on the channel here. The co-owner of my race team, or our race team, I should say, and really just an overall good guy over in Extreme Motorsports. Mike Campicio's grandfather passed away last week. We were able to get a decal together for him as we postponed the green.
Oh,
Perfect.
Somebody wrecked getting back to the field. Caleb Lamb.
Oh, man. Just goes from bad to worse, doesn't it? Not Caleb.
He's just trying to get back around, and it just snaps, and they're going to hold it another
Yeah, he got
another
loose.
lap.
Oh, he blew up. He blew up. The engine went boom
Sorry about that,
on
Gary.
that 77. Wow, that's tough. But anyways, we put a decal on all the vehicles here at Extreme Motorsports this week in memory of Mike's grandfather. Pretty cool tribute that we did. Thanks to Kyle with the design and Ed with getting putting it into a decal form for the drivers. But really cool tribute. Mentioned it to Mike before the race. He appreciated it. I know he did. But just doing a little thank you and a little tribute. Just showing that we're here, you know, that kind of thing, that we care sometimes. So, but we are getting ready to go green for real this time, AJ.
Yeah, just about a lap away. Thank you to everybody who is watching right now. Hit that like button, subscribe, follow, do all that great stuff to stay up to date on all All-Star 15 TV racing on the channel. We have a wonderful extra show coming soon down the pipeline that I teased earlier. But look at all those penalty trucks, Gary. All put on the inside. There's only 4 on the outside.
All guys right there. I mean, it was over half the field.
Sheesh. Well, these top 4 are going to be in some sort of a league of their own. And if you're Taylor Bertram in the 5 or the 26 of Vidal, you're happy you got nobody behind you like that.
That is for sure. Absolutely.
Green, green, green.
There it is.
And we are green.
And to go to the stage. And great launch for Daniel Krim in the 47.
Yeah, great launch. Couldn't have gotten a better launch point other than that on the racetrack. Battle for second here between Matt Cochran. He's going to clear Dalton Fredericks right there.
Wow. Dalton already looking back to his inside, trying to cross over in 3 and 4. Ooh! Uh-oh, wrecking. Bertram.
We have a caution presented by Elite Entertainment. You know, they're getting a lot of TV. Oh, big crash here. Oh, the 28, the 99's in it, the 5's in it. Oh, that's not good on the 5 right there. That's coming down and hooking the 99. Just poor Nate had nowhere to go. Let's see what happens here, AJ. Oh, the 5 and the 28. I don't know. That looks like a cluster there to me, brother.
I think that the 5 was trying to not.
I think the 5 was trying to get around the 28. 28 got loose first, and the 29 makes contact with the 28, and it gets into the 5. And then, just as the 5 is trying to gather it back up, the 99's coming through at full speed and just absolutely sends the 99 into the fence.
Oh, that 12 is hurting, and Thwaites is hurting good.
Oh, yeah, a lot of these guys are going to be hurting after this one.
On board with Michael Thwaites here. Minding his own business. You can't see anything. Oh, there's a little bit of smoke there. You think you're good, and then Ed Morris Sr. pops up out of nowhere.
Yeah, Ed Morris Sr. just popping up across the racetrack. Nothing really Ed could do there because the weight just kind of shifted in the truck, and when it shifts, it just goes, and you're just along for the ride.
Very unfortunate for the 12, who is having a rather decent run this evening, but a lot of damage on the front end of that number 12. We are under caution for the third time this evening. We are going to step away for a couple moments, pay the bills. We'll be right back. You're watching All-Star 15 TV's broadcast of the XMS RICMOTECH Truck Series.
From Mordor to Hogwarts to Gotham, the nerds have come together to create a show for nerds by nerds. Join nerds doing nerd things as they talk about all things nerdy. Stay up to date on the show by liking the Nerds Doing Nerd Things Facebook page.
The search is over. The most comprehensive oval scoring solution is here. Featuring oval playoffs, adjust drivers per round, custom number of rounds, custom playoff points, provisionals, optional win and you're in, custom playoff displays, rookie championships, optional minimum participation, and load those results in seconds. Visit XTREMESCORING.info today.
RICMOTECH, high-performance sim racing equipment. There's only one place to go, RICMOTECH.com.
We are back under the Elite Entertainment caution for the third time this evening, about to put lap 40 on the board. Gary, you have some special news for all the All-Star 15 TV fans out there. What is it?
Well, you kind of hinted at it earlier, but we'll go ahead and reveal the whole thing. We have got the All-Star Sports Report making its debut. Goal is this week. We're going to try and aim for this Friday night. We're going to try to do it every Friday when we can. We're going to talk about all the sports except for wrestling. Out of respect to AJ and his podcast that he does with Ryan Fry and TJ Barnier. But we're going to talk about everything: college football, college basketball, NFL. We might talk about NBA, even though I don't really follow it these days. But
A green flag back in the air.
Overall sports podcast, as we are back green.
Krim with another
So looking
good
forward to
restart.
that. Yeah, great restart there by Krim again. But yeah, going to be an overall sports podcast. Campigio's going to be the co-host with me, your voice, on Wednesday nights. Or should I say co-voice with AJ. So really looking forward to that. It's going to be a lot of fun, and I know he's a big sports fanatic, so we're going to talk baseball and hockey as well, even though I know nothing about those sports, but we'll talk about it.
Well, that's why it's a good thing you have Mike up there.
That's right.
Just taking a look. Justin Opplinger back into that fourth position, getting by Scott Ramler. Your biggest mover of the race, Gary, is that 25 of Logan Kogar from 30th to 7th.
7th. Holy cow. What a move. I mean, he did have to start in the back, too, because he is on probation, but so far,
oh, they're 3
really
wide.
making it work.
They're almost 4 wide. They're still 3 wide.
Yeah, I think really what we're going to see here is a nice little battle between teammates here for the stage win, the 20 and the 47. Let's see how this unfolds over the next couple of laps.
Well, they're both even on tires. Both came down on lap 30. As we have a yellow out again?
We do, and that is going to be the end of the stage, I do believe.
Hunter Hastings. Oh, the 17 just spins him. Paul Irvin gets involved. Massive hit
And
for Paul
just
Irvin.
heard from Race Control, it is the stage break.
So Daniel Krim will be your stage winner.
Yeah, the scoring has made it clear. Daniel Krim, your stage winner. Dalton Fredericks, Justin Oplinger, that's your top 3 for the stage. We'll pull Krim here in a little bit. But AJ, talk about the wreck that you saw.
Yeah, the 17 spins the 69 and
oh man, teammates.
Oh, Paul Irvin nowhere for
Mr.
him to
Clean,
go.
Nowhere to go, and it's going to pile into the 92. Man, that took out 2 Carroll's racing trucks and 1 wreck.
Yeah, 2 teammates and 2 teammates.
Well, we've got pit stops here, AJ. It is the end of stage 1 here at Kansas Speedway.
Trevor Klein staying out on the racetrack, using that to grab a bonus point.
And the 6 is going to get one of his laps back. He will go from 2 down to 1 down. Still got 19 trucks on the lead lap here.
Gary, can you get our stage winner? As we are about to interview.
Is he out of pit road?
Yes, he is.
Okay, cool. Daniel Krim, the boys in the booth, you got a copy.
What's going on, boys?
You won the stage. Congratulations.
Thanks,
How about it? So what was the strategy behind that? Obviously, I mean, you stayed out and did a little bit different pit strategy there for stage 1, but talk about the last little bit there. It seemed like you were pulling away from those guys on those fresh tires and also that really good track position you had.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely wanted to stay out on the first run there. My plan from the beginning was to kind of save a little bit of tire. And at first they pulled away, and after about 15 laps or so, we started reeling them back. So it was kind of working in our favor, and of course they all started pitting about halfway through the stage to kind of even out the stage on tire-wise. But I definitely wanted to stay out as long as I could. Well, not as long as I could, but a little longer to try to get the lead lap bonus for sure, and then be able to have that position later in the run, maybe do a little tire strategy from there. And it kind of just landed in our favor there with the cautions, and from there, once we had better tires, me and Dalton, we were just sitting there like, hey, let's just run it out and just, doesn't matter which of us gets the stage as long as one of us got it, and we were running it to the end there.
Yeah, you got the playoff point and the bonus points to show for it, but good luck to you here the rest of the way, and we hopefully we'll be talking to you here very soon.
Hopefully, I'll see y'all later.
All right.
Had
to find it. Had to find it. Team GTS, Daniel Krim, yeah. Interview there, stage winner here for tonight's race, but now we've got the stage behind us. We've had 4 cautions. One of them ended up being the stage caution here, so 3 cautions before the stage, so this is going to be interesting here now. I think now that we've gotten the stages behind us, we've got 90 laps to go, I think this is when we're really going to see the drivers start to settle in a little bit here.
Yeah, I would say so. It also doesn't help that there's a good chunk of these trucks that have some sort of damage as the lights go off on the iRacing pace truck. So with those damaged trucks, I'm really curious to see how they are going to run and how they are going to try to stay competitive.
Yeah, I think it's just going to be one of those races too, and we didn't really talk about this in the pre-race, but track position's going to be key, and a little bit of attrition is going to have to set into effect with these guys as it already has. In order to finish first, you must first finish. Some grumpy old race car driver once told me that. He's in the chat somewhere, but in order to finish first, you got to first finish, and a lot of these guys getting caught up in these wrecks, got to think big picture, got to hold on to your truck, got to manage your equipment. I know we get points at lap 45, but you get the big money at lap 134. So, you know, a lot of these guys, you know, you just got to be able to methodically work your way up and have a little bit of patience.
Yeah, Gary, looking at that 55, he's got some serious left side damage. Scott Ramler on the outside in second. Two teammates, Dalton Fredericks, Daniel Krim, row 2 as green flag is back in the air.
Yeah, 55 had a really good jump on that restart there. The 20 going to make a move here. So is Scott Ramler. They were almost 3 wide.
Yeah,
They're still 3
he's
here for third. Yeah, 55 is like, I'm just going to leave. I got 17 lap old tires. I'm going to let y'all do your thing.
And Fredericks to the point makes it look easy.
Here comes the 57, though. The run here at the exit of turn 4. He's going to have a quarter panel there on Fredericks going into turn 1.
As Justin Opplinger right behind him. As that 51's looking to the middle.
Ooh. Here comes the 51 with the slingshot engaged. 20 kind of blocking there.
Yeah, Dalton Fredericks knows that 51 out of anybody, along with himself, Scott Ramler, and maybe
Here
Daniel Krim.
51 down to the apron.
Yeah, you're trying to keep your rivals behind you by any means necessary.
47's in the fence. 47, Daniel Krim in the wall. He saves it. But yeah, you definitely want to keep your rivals behind you, that's for sure. What do they say? Keep your friends close and your enemies closer. Well, Dalton Fredericks can't get any closer with his enemy than Justin Opplinger right here. He's still going to go to the apron 3 wide for second.
Yeah, they're going 3 wide. The 35 of Caleb Bacon going to take second place and is going to have one heck of a run coming out of turn 2 here.
Yeah, he's going to have the line and the run. He's going to be able to follow Scott Ramler in his tire tracks. Still 3 wide here, back here.
Ben Corson filling that spot as well to keep it 3 wide.
Here comes Ben 10 with the run down the straightaway here. Still 3 wide. Now they sort it out.
This is such good racing right here at All-Star 15 TV, the XMS RICMOTECH Truck Series. Just put lap 50 on the
Caleb
board.
Bacon again.
Caleb has been like shot out of a cannon. He's plus 19 spots.
Almost 3 wide there for a moment. Yeah, he's getting a lot of spots since the restart here. Here comes the 10 of Ben 10. He's going to go to the bottom. 3 wide for the lead right there. Who led that lap?
Yeah,
that was great.
That 10 has to be careful.
1,000th of a second from first to third right there. Scott Ramler led the lap. Caleb in second. Oh, it's the 10. Oh, they make contact. There goes the 10 of Ben Corson. He saves it.
I think that was me just saying that 10 needs to be careful on the inside. Did anybody else hear me say that?
You've been listening to me for too long, I tell you.
But I was going to say, I thought he was going to chew up his tires. He didn't need to chew up the tires. Got tight. Got really, really tight as Caleb Bacon on the inside trying to make the pass. He has the 57 clear. Oh! Crossover.
Crossover maneuvers. Here comes the 57 down to the bottom.
You know Scott Ramler right now has the biggest smile on his face.
Clearing. Oh, yeah. Definitely got a big smile on his face. Did he hit the wall right there?
Nope. Came very, very close.
He got close. And, you know, Opplinger is just licking his chops because he sees these two battling up towards the top. He's going to just roll the bottom of the racetrack right here.
Yeah, that 51 has been very on the bottom all night. Hasn't really moved up to that outer lane. Might see him in the middle every so often, but he's been dominant on that inside lane.
Look at this guy lurking here. He just popped up into the top 4. Mike Rominger here, AJ. Started 13th, worked his way up to that 4th position now, gaining 9 spots since the start of this race.
Yeah, with our big one, I think it was our last caution, he is shown getting out of danger well before the wreck even happens. That is some serious driver awareness for that number 9.
Yeah, that's one thing you can always praise about Mike Rominger. Always very clean, always very self-aware, knows what to do, when to do it, why to do it. May not have the raw speed as some of the other guys, but, I mean, you could see, like, right here tonight, on a night like tonight, running P4, running very, very strong.
Coming out of 2.
Yeah, it seems like here with these trucks, AJ, the top is kind of where you want to go to defend and lead, but if you're going to make any passes, you're kind of doing what Caleb Bacon's doing, as Scott Rambler blinked out right there for a moment.
Little squirrely out of the 9.
Yep, and they're going to be almost 3 wide there.
Quickly putting the laps up and down, already on 57 out of 134. Opplinger currently your race leader. Rambler sitting in 2nd. Caleb Bacon in 3rd. Mike Rominger in 4th. And Dalton Fredericks running out the top 5.
Oh, you saw what I saw there. Wow, that was close for Scotty.
You know, there are other battles on the racetrack. There are.
This is intriguing.
You say intriguing, well, I get
keep
that.
my eyes off of it, I'm
scary. It's like so scary you can't look away because every turn you feel like one of them's going to wreck. But,
absolutely.
But while we can, let's drop it back a little bit further. Oh, is the 55
in the fence?
Trevor Klein has fallen all the way from the lead on the start.
I was just getting ready to say that, you know, he was hanging on to the top 10 and running good, and, well, not so much now.
Yeah, definitely not so much right now. But right in front of him, Ben Corson, another driver who spun coming out of turn 2, battling for that lead all the way back in 11th, trying to make some headway back towards the front.
Yeah, making that pass on Logan Koger right there. Trevor Klein, 29 laps on his tires, just to go back to that for a moment. He's going to have to pit here in the next couple of laps, but Ben slowly making his way back up towards this top 10 here. He's going to be battling with Matt Cochran here for 10th. And look at how he's just able to cut down to the inside like that through the trial. We'll try to make a move. Couldn't quite get there, but I think he could probably get him here at the exit of 2.
That outside uh-oh. Oh, no. Oh, no.
Uh-oh.
Does he have it saved?
Oh, no. Oh, he does. Wow, what a save there by Caleb Bacon as they're 3 wide.
What's that?
Still 3 wide.
All-state great hands?
Are you in good hands?
Yes.
3 almost 4 wide there. Ooh.
Gary, we've seen a lot of racing, you and I. A lot of wrecks as well. 9 times out of 10 with any other driver, that's a wreck and collecting other drivers. Caleb Bacon able to save that. Wow.
I think that's my sweet move of the race right there for the 35 of Caleb Bacon. That was really impressive. He does have some sports car experience in his real life driving, so he does race in the real world, as does, if you want to have Opplinger, but Opplinger's got more of that stock car background, Legends background, late models, mini stocks. I call them mini stocks. I don't know if that's what they're actually called, but
Opplinger's gone.
Yeah, he gone. Everybody else started racing, and he was just like, "I'm just gonna leave y'all. See ya. Bye."
This is insane. We're 3 wide.
Oh, they saved. No, they're not good. No, they saved it. I don't know what just happened. What a save by the 47. That was impressive.
Yeah, I know we've had 4 cautions, 3 for incident, obviously. But we've had more wrecks than we've had cautions.
Yeah, that just goes to show the talent these guys have.
They're just able to save it as Caleb Bacon tries to slide job on the 20. The 20 is going to cross over underneath them.
Caleb Bacon just won't go away. I like his last name, if I do say so myself.
Now, Gary, with all the driving experience you have, how stressful is this kind of racing where every lap you're bunny hopping somebody, you're running a different line, but also how much fun is it?
It just really depends. Oh, we got a big crash.
He's not saving that.
Upside down.
He's not saving that.
Nope, he wasn't saving that one. That looked like mid net code there between the 35 and the 20.
Gonna try to get a better look here.
Yeah, that's bad net code. That's a couple feet, man. Yeah, go look at that here. That's hard. That's tough right there.
And the 74 does a kickflip.
Yeah, 74 does a kickflip. Yeah, the 35's holding his line down there. The 20 kept coming down, and they kind of stopped. And they kind of stopped basically at the seam, so I don't know if iRacing was just predicting contact there, but there was quite a bit of netcode between those two vehicles.
And that is our 5th caution of the evening. Wow. Well, we're going to jump on board with Bustos. Because when vehicles decide to leave all 4 tires...
Woo! Yeah, nothing Bustos could have done there, but hey, he already said his day was made. He outqualified Scott Rambler.
Also true. But we are under our 5th Elite Entertainment Caution of the evening. We are going to step away, pay some bills, go check out the Nerds Doing Nerd Things podcast and the Wrestling with Nerds podcast, both on that Nerds channel. Links are down in the description. We will be right back.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
From Mordor to Hogwarts to Gotham, the nerds have come together to create a show for nerds by nerds. Join nerds doing nerd things as they talk about all things nerdy. Stay up to date on the show by liking the Nerds Doing Nerd Things Facebook page.
The search is over. The most comprehensive oval scoring solution is here. Featuring oval playoffs, adjust drivers per round, custom number of rounds, custom playoff points, provisionals, optional win and you're in, custom playoff displays, rookie championships, optional minimum participation, and load those results in seconds. Visit extremescoring.info today.
We are back, everybody. The 5th caution brought to you by Elite Entertainment. The 29 of Joe Darnell, the 10 of Ben Corson in row 2, the 9 of Mike Rominger and Daniel Krim, and in row 3, it's the 25 of Logan Kogar and Matt Cochran. That pace truck is about to take the dive down pit road. We're going to put lap 69 on the board. And with that, we are going to crank it up. We're back, everybody. What are you hearing? What's going on with the 10 of Ben Corson?
Well, the 10 of Ben Corson had a restart violation, changing lanes before the start-finish line, and that is going to result in a pass-through penalty for the 10. And just to recap, before we went to break, they did rule that caution between the 20 and the, was it 35, Caleb Bacon?
Yes, sir.
It was 35. The 20 was ruled at fault for that. And, of course, they both had meatball flags, and Dalton couldn't serve the penalty, but he was given an EOL for this restart, and of course the points that go with that. So, but other than that, it's been pretty decently, moderately tame up here in the front between our leaders. It's been a very, very chaotic race.
Yeah, it has. As Romiger's trying to take the lead from Opplinger. Gary, we haven't mentioned this yet, but only 12 trucks on that lead lap and only 18 on the racetrack. Oh! Cochran and Rominger a little sideways out of turn 2. That's going to open the door for Joe Darnell.
But really nowhere for Joe Darnell to go when those guys are sideways like that.
No, this is the world's fastest game of Tetris.
Pretty much at this point. But Opplinger not really walking away like he did last time. I think that's because there's been a lot less leapfrogging going on here at this portion of the run compared to last.
I think that has a lot to do with there not being a lot of trucks on the racetrack now. I think he's playing the long game. I think he's expecting a long green flag run with possible pit stops.
Yeah, and these guys will have to pit one more time before the end of this thing. At least one more
time, because they'll pit.
It might be two. It depends on when these next cautions fall here.
If any, Gary. That's what I'm saying. With the least amount of trucks that we have on the racetrack right now, I would I would not be surprised if we go green the rest of the way. And I gotta give one driver a huge shout out, and it's not because I broadcast with him on Wednesday nights. Mike Campiggio back on the racetrack, trying to get as many positions back as possible. He's looking at least 3, possibly 4 positions he can gain by just getting back on the racetrack.
Yeah, getting back on the racetrack, and he just passed Paul Irvin. Depending on how long. Well, he is going to pass Dalton for sure, because Dalton just disconnected. So he'll at least get one more spot, but if Caleb Bacon and Dustin Carroll drop, yeah, he will get Caleb. So he'll get 2. He might even get to Dustin if Dustin has another issue.
And Rambler is still on. Rambler's gone as well, so there's your 3. But up front, it is all Justin Opplinger by about 1/10.5 over Mike Romiger. Matt Cochran backing what he did last night up at IRP here on the channel, running in that 3rd position from 7th where he started. That momentum that 4 has over the last couple weeks has been building and building. And if you're fans of that 4 team, you got to be happy as we are inching ever so closer to the playoffs.
Yeah, he's been running really solid here as of late. Having a great run here tonight. But in the top 5 for pretty much the whole race, AJ. I know he started just outside of the top 5 and 7th here in tonight's race. But, I mean, he's been one of the contenders here all night long here this evening.
Yeah, and he's able to stick right with him as we're going to fall a little bit further back. Looking at the 50, the 15, the 55, 25, 92, and crew all under a blanket. and all of them, for the most part, running different racing lines, and it's working for them. Gary, at this point in the race, are you doing anything special to try to save fuel? Oh, 92 hard in the wall. Ow,
Yeah,
that's
92
gonna
hard in the
hurt.
fence. 15 was in the fence. But really, at this point, did you save tire or save fuel?
Yes, either one. Are you attempting to do any of that?
Well, I mean, you are kind of working to save fuel as much as you can. I mean, you are going to see some of these guys lifting, going into the corner. That does help your tires a little bit, and it does help you save a little bit of gas. But definitely saving the tire for sure. And just, right now you're just trying to click laps to get to your last pit stop. And then after the last pit stop, that's when you really want to set yourself up for the best position that you can finish in, whether it's, podium or, a solid top 10 night. It's just really going to depend on where you, what you do here in this run, and then setting yourself up for the next one for your last pit stop.
Gary, we have news out of the 57 Scott Rambler camp. He was running a hotspot off of his phone while his phone was plugged in. It still died, and hotspot does not work if your phone isn't working. So that is why we have the retirement of the 57.
Well, that makes a lot of sense.
Very unfortunate because he was, I would say, at least a top 5 contender this evening, and glad to have him back. Hopefully we see him a lot more.
I think we will. It's just going to be a matter of time. He's got to get back into the swing of things a little. I would say to Scott Rambler standards, probably a little rusty, but all in all, I think he really made it work.
I mean, I wish we had him 2 weeks earlier with the road courses. I really do. I would have loved to seen those battles. Him and the 35 of Caleb Bacon. That would have been great to watch.
And the backwards victory lap.
That too. Well, you'd have to win. Caleb was putting
qualifying
laps down during the race.
Yeah, he was. He was running really good a couple weeks ago at Canadian Tire. I mean, so was everybody in that race. I mean, Opplinger was running good. Dalton Fredericks was running good until the misfortunate penalty that he had.
Yeah, I don't think there's really anything. Back in the day, you had road course ringers. I really don't think that exists anymore, Gary. For the most part, a lot of these drivers, most of them actually, are getting good at road courses.
Yeah, I mean, really, everybody kind of grows up running karts at first now, right? Primarily, a lot of that is on road courses. You've also got drivers that just, in their spare time, maybe they get into an IMSA car somewhere, whether that's a GT car or a prototype. So, I mean, everybody gets their road course experience a little bit here and there, or even running in the Pilot Challenge. I know that's what Bubba Wallace and a few of the other Toyota drivers were doing a couple years ago. They ran in the Michelin Pilot Challenge Aurora at Daytona. So, everybody gets their road racing experience one way or the other, and then of course there's iRacing now too. So.
As there is the battle, the 55 of Trevor Klein and the 47 of Daniel Krim. And Gary, got to throw this out there because I think it's a pretty cool stat we have. Our top 11 drivers on the racetrack are all plus position drivers.
Yeah, they've all done a really good job passing through the field and working their way up. And that's what this is all about. Just working your way up through the field and being there at the end. Again, we talk about that attrition thing here tonight. Of course, Scott had issues out of his control, but getting to the finish and just being consistent and just being there. But AJ, I want to give a shout out to one of our sponsors here on the channel, and of course for my team as well. W Energy is a brand of energy drinks that are designed to be clean, flavorful, and focused on energy. Use code AS15TV to save 10% on your order. Visit w.gg to place your order today as we have the Elite Entertainment caution flag. We got our car upside down. Who is that upside down?
I think that was the 15 of Aiden Turner, and he is still upside down.
What on earth happened to Aiden Turner? Let's take a look.
Yeah, he was battling with the 10 of Ben Corson, and Ben Corson was a couple laps down.
Is there net code there? I hate to say it, but... Yeah, there was a net code there again, but it looked like maybe the 10 was coming up just a hair.
Yeah, it looked like the 10 was coming up either way. But huge hit. That 15 was on the lead lap.
Well, it looked like they both were... The 15 was kind of coming down, maybe. The 15 was definitely coming up. It'll be interesting to see how Race Control calls that. They got the 32 of Trenton Branson nowhere to go.
Honestly, it looked like that 15 was just staying on that seam. Looking for Dustin Carroll.
Man, when these guys hit though tonight, these guys are hitting hard.
Yeah, it's been brutal for what these trucks have seen, as we are under another caution this evening, and wow, just absolutely.
Looks like that call was ruled on the 15. Aiden Turner will be getting an ELO for that.
Wow. Another call, which I'm not race control, I'm broadcaster, so I really don't have a lot to say when it comes to this stuff. But another call this evening that very much borderline. Going the opposite way that I was expecting. But hey, I'm not a race control guy, so I'm okay with that.
Yeah, exactly. Neither one of us are. Not anymore, anyway. Yeah, so we don't have to worry about it anymore. It's kind of nice.
And we're just shy of 100 laps. 40 to go. If we're green, we're looking at just about 33. Ooh. Oh, that's not good. Just about 23 minutes remaining. We just had our timing and scoring crash. Please bear with me as I try to get that all back up and running. Hey, you know how it is when it comes to computers.
Oh yeah, just had to do a factory reset on mine last week.
I don't even want to think about ever doing that.
Yeah.
But as as I try to fix that, get it going once again. Yeah, there it is. There we go. Nothing like a Alt F4 on the program to bring it back. Lights are out on the iRacing pace truck. The 26 of Josh Vidal making his way back around. That should put him just 2 laps down now. Rominger currently the front runner, just an Opplinger as well, but Opplinger on the inside. We've seen that outside lane be the preferred lane, Gary. What do you think that 51 stink can take in the inside?
Well, I mean, if you look at it from the first stage, Prem, the last couple of restarts, was really able to get a good run on the bottom, a really good jump on the bottom of the racetrack. So that could be maybe what Oplinger's thinking. Position-wise, as you know, he saw the inside earlier have a really good jump on the restart, so I think he's putting that in the memory bank for himself and for this restart here.
All right, here we go. Pace truck is off. We're about to go green once again. Oplinger, Rominger, your front row in the box. Green flag back in the air.
With it being 39 to go here, AJ, as we got side by side for second on back here on this restart, it's going to be right there on the line as far as making it to the end from here. So unless there's another caution, I think we might have to see some drivers come in for a splash toward the end of this thing, but they are making it work as best they can.
Yeah, they're definitely trying to make it work as Cochran is loose out of 4. Whoa, you almost lost it.
Yeah, that is not a guy concerned about saving right now, that's for sure.
Well, here's the thing, Gary. How slim of a margin is it that they can make it? Because
we're talking right on the number.
Okay. So if it's possible, I wouldn't be surprised if you start seeing lap times really start to show them slowing down and at least getting in range for at least one of the green white checkers if possible. But then again, I wouldn't be surprised if we see other drivers that say, I'm going to make you run as hard as you can.
Yeah, make you run as hard as you can, make you have to pit. So that's going to be one of those things. It just depends on where these guys are at. They know what their max number is. So we'll just have to see where everybody kind of falls in that range.
As the 51 is staying right to the inside. Last time by, that 4 has been the fastest truck on the racetrack, putting the fastest lap of the race, a 30.50. You know, Gary, we mentioned Mike Campiggio still out on the racetrack. There's 2 drivers he can still pass. Dustin Carroll as well can pass these drivers. You're looking at Ben Corson out of the race. Aiden Turner also out of the race. That's 18th and 17th position respectively. Dustin Carroll and Mike Campiggio, plenty of time to take those positions. And after a bad race where for the majority of it, Campiggio was in 30th to 29th, he's going to make a top 20 finish out of all this.
Yeah, surprisingly, going to make a top 20 run out of all of it tonight.
And same thing with Dustin Carroll as well.
Yeah, same thing with Dustin. Just a great recovery drive for these guys. And they're up positions from where they started. So, I mean, I know not the ideal plus scenario situation, but sometimes if you're given lemons, you got to make a little bit of lemonade.
So for the wonderful people watching All-Star 15 TV, whether it's on Facebook or YouTube, please help out the channel. Hit that like button. If this is your first time here, hit the follow or subscribe button. It is absolutely free. It helps out the channel. And we are on the road to 1,000 subscribers on YouTube. And hopefully by this time next year, we are relatively close to it.
Yeah, we would like to see you at 1,000 here, AJ. Of course, you know, Warrior Enterprises, Hutch Sport Racing, Phantom Power Racing, all big supporters of your channel and your brand, and hopefully we start to see it explode here over the next 12 months.
Yeah, like nuclear explode, but in a good way, not a bad way. As they're 3 wide out of 4, the 32 of Trenton Branson, Daniel Krim, and the 5 of Taylor Bertram. Looks like we only have 10 trucks on the lead lap, as well as we have a pass for the lead brewing up. Rominger.
Yeah, here comes a 9 of Rominger.
Will he lead the lap? No.
No. Missed it by 2 24/100ths of a second there.
So close. But that's just showing how good that 9 is to be able to do...
Oh!
Little bit of a door bang there.
Well, a little bit of door banging there, and I think the 9 is going to prevail. He is going to get the spot. Well done.
I wonder if that was a little bit of a, hey, just let me get one, please.
Yeah, similar margin of victory there at the line between those two as well. I know not margin of victory, but you knew what I meant.
Yeah, oh yeah, absolutely.
Margin of victory for that lap.
What was it?
0.028 at the line.
Jeez. You know, I could just hope we get a finish like that, as they are side by side once again. And that 51 Opplinger, wherever he wants to put the truck, it's fast. No question about it.
He could put it high, he could put it low, he could put it somewhere in between, and he is just on a rail tonight in that 51 Chevrolet.
Let's check that.
Let's go, Connor. Let's
Third
go.
and fourth position. The 25 of Logan Kogar, who's 27 up in third right now, battling with the number 4 of Matt Cochran. And then you have Daniel Krim and the 5 of Taylor Bertram. They're battling for position.
Taylor Bertram with a solid night, running in 9th spot. Able to keep the truck out of trouble. Running up in 8th now, so.
Well, now he's keeping out of trouble. I think he had one incident earlier on in the race.
He did, but, you know, even with that one incident, he's been able to make it work.
As we're watching that battle, as Krim has fallen back just a tad, but Branson and Bertram now side by side. That 5 is really coming alive midway through this run. But back up front, the 51 and 9 just keep trading positions every lap. This time by Justin Opplinger with a 31.62 to Rominger's 31.44. So they are on top of each other. And even with them side by side, they are still pulling away from third and fourth.
Still being fast.
Usually when they get side by side.
Third and fourth, and still the fastest trucks on the track. It's pretty incredible what they're able to do.
Yeah, like I was mentioning, when you get side by side, Gary, 9 times out of 10, the field is going to catch you.
Not here.
No,
not here tonight, anyway.
Should be seeing pit stops within the next 10 laps to just make it to the end. I would assume.
Yeah, probably. It's going to be right there.
Oh, Rominger in the wall.
Oh, yeah, he scraped it.
Like, you're going to have a couple of these drivers that are going to try to make it. But if you know you can't, pitting early is better than pitting later.
Yeah, I think so too. It's going to be interesting to see what these guys do here, because we are getting to that point in the race, AJ, where fuel is going to play a factor, and your fuel mileage calculations are going to play a factor. How well can you do math?
Not well, and not at high speeds.
That's right. I'll let the calculator work it for me.
Ooh, 55 in the wall, entering 3. That's going to slow him down a little bit. Trevor Klein, Branson, Krim, and Bertram all close together. And here comes the 32 for a run into turn 1.
He's going to try it. I don't know how successful it's going to be.
And that's how you shut the door.
Yeah, that is definitely how you shut the door right there. But that's just going to reel in the 47 as well.
Yeah, the 54 in front of them, about 6 or so laps down. It's going to be interesting to watch these lead lap trucks get around that 54.
Oh, for sure, absolutely. '69 is pitting. The pit lane is opening here for these guys.
Rominger's on.
Just a splash of gas to make it to the end, I think. You
No
might
tires?
see some guys take tires. I was going to say, I think you might see some drivers take tires, but I'm not sure how many. Maybe 2, maybe 4.
I was about to
Just
ask
kind of
you.
have to see where they're at.
I was just about to ask you, do you think somebody tries 2 tires as Joe Darnell, Hunter Hastings, and Trenton Branson on pit road as well?
I think somebody will
the
try 2.
29 slides through his box.
I think somebody will try 2, but I think there are some drivers that will try no tires. I think somebody's going to try it. Somebody's got to.
Justin Opplinger in the 51. Now, they are good to the finish if they pit now.
Yes, they are absolutely good to the finish here.
Yeah, there's no guessing, there's no nothing. You are able to make it to the checker.
Hammer down.
Yeah, put that power down and go. He's pulled away by 8 seconds. I know he's had a couple drivers in between pit, but it's cool to see that there's a 8-second plus lead for Justin Opplinger before he's going to hit pit road, which he should be coming right now.
Right now. You timed that pretty good. You must be good at it.
Sure. Cool. All of it was luck, but I'll take the credit for it.
Sometimes you just got to take the credit, AJ.
I did. Luck is still good.
That's right.
Now we're just waiting for the 47 and the 5 to come to pit road as Rominger's looking to get around Taylor Bertram. And makes it easy work out of it after the wiggle out of 2. As Opplinger is leaving pit road. Back out on the racetrack. And it looks like that 9 is going to be out front by a good couple seconds. See what I mean, Gary? I think I said it about 10 or so laps ago, that you'd rather come down pit road earlier than later.
That's right. And it worked out for Mike in this scenario here. Let's see if it pays off for him.
That's what we're waiting to see. He's currently got the lead, but he's only got the lead by about 3.5 seconds.
Yeah, the provisional lead is we've got Daniel Krim and still out here on the racetrack. I know Taylor just coming out of the pits here.
He's in his box.
Krim is in his box. So, yeah, it's going to hand the race over to the 9.
I think I hear the 9 saying, please let it rain.
More like, please just let it go green. Yeah, he is definitely trying to run some Q laps here for sure.
And he's doing a good job. Last time by, a little scary if you're the 9. Opplinger was about
2/10 faster.
2/10 faster.
Let's see what they are this time.
Rominger with a 31.04 to Opplinger's 30.57, almost a half a second faster.
Well, yeah, if you're a Rominger fan, I'd be scared.
Yeah, that's what I was getting at.
Yeah, no, I think you're onto something there, AJ. Yeah, Rominger's having to deal with a little bit of lap traffic as well, and Justin's going to have to deal with these same lappers here. So
I don't know about that. We've seen it a lot in this league that they will battle the leader, but once the leader gets by, all right, I'm already a lap down.
Yeah, 6 staying high there for the 9, and the 74 is going to do the same thing here.
Yeah, Jake Bustos with the pole this evening, not having the night he wanted. At one point, he was upside down.
Yeah, well, to be upside down and still running in the top 15 is still a really good night. I don't care what anybody says. Hey, and he still finished ahead of Scott Rambler.
Pretty sure that's because Scott Rambler, I don't think made it.
Listen, we don't need to tell the story of what happened to Scott Rambler. We just know that he finished ahead of him. So there you go.
Yeah, they don't ask you how it happened, just that it happened.
Exactly. It's like the NFL on Sundays. We don't care how you won. Did you win or did you lose?
Yeah,
or did you tie?
They don't care that there was a Hail Mary at the end of the game to win the game. They just care that they won the game.
No, we don't. Yeah, well, I mean, if you're a Commanders fan, sure.
Oh, and I know one big Commanders fan, and I hope he's watching, as we have 31 people, whether it's Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, or TikTok. Thank you, everybody. Hit that like button, subscribe, follow. We have 10 laps to go. Mike Rominger, Justin Opplinger, just under a second separating them two. That 51 is hauling.
Mono right here to the end of this race between these two drivers.
If you watch the F1 race from this weekend in Mexico City, this kind of has like a Lando Norris.
Did you see that right there?
Yeah, this has like a Lando Norris, Charles Leclerc.
I thought the 15 was gonna hook the 9 there. I ain't gonna lie to you. Ain't gonna lie. That was crazy.
It goes back to what I said earlier. For the leader, yeah, I'm going to race you hard to stay in the lead lap, but when it comes to the rest of the field, nah, get by. Go for it.
Well, Opplinger does have 4 laps of newer tires than old Rominger here. I know that might play a little bit of a factor, but dang. He's right on the back bumper of the 9 right here.
And there it is, down to a 10th. What can the 9 do to keep
defending Mike? Run high, do something. Run that high side. He might be forced into running that high side this time, though. Run the outside. Don't let him slide you.
5 laps, that big of a difference?
He's going to slide him.
That's it. 5 laps difference of tire. And it looked like there was a 30-lap tire difference.
Yeah, it absolutely did. That was crazy. Well, now your goal is try to stay pace with him here.
And for Rominger, Gary, yeah, you've lost the lead. It stinks. But unless something catastrophic happens with that 9 camp and that 9 truck, he's going to hold on to second place.
Oh, yeah, he's got to hold on to second place by a wide margin. He's definitely done a really good job tonight. Really solid night. Thinking maybe if he would try the undercut, it would work. Didn't quite get there to work, but who knows? I mean, this race still isn't over because he's still hanging right there with him, coming to 5 to go here.
Yeah, coming to 5 to go. That last time by for Rominger as he blinks out. Every time somebody blinks out, I think something's about to happen.
I got a feeling something bad about to happen.
Yeah, but I'd rather hear Carrie Underwood sing that.
You know what? Touche. You win this round.
Down the backstretch. This is where Rominger closes in. It's coming out of turn 2 and the backstretch. He gives it all back in 3 and 4. And that gap has grown to just over a half a second. Like, watch. Entering turn 1, we're down to 0.48, 0.47.
And it seems Mike is really good in 1 and 2, but Opplinger is just, from the exit of 2 to the exit of 4, he has that half of the racetrack down really well.
Coming to 3 to go. Race number 6 for the XMS RICMOTECH Truck Series. Opplinger leads Rominger by 7/10.
Yeah, and he's going for back-to-back for a second time this season. This will be his 4th win already in 6 races if Opplinger can pull this off here.
Don't go anywhere. Once we hit the checkered flag, we'll run down where everybody finished, and we will talk to our podium finishers. Dual popsicle sticks up in the air for Justin Opplinger. 2 to go. Yeah, I think the 9 kind of chewed everything up. Trying this.
Yeah, I think the 9 did too, trying to stay in front of the 51. But hey, it wasn't without trying. It wasn't without effort. I mean, they're still pulling away from 3rd place like it's nothing. So.
Yeah, if I was Rominger, I'd be
I think this is going to be one of Matt Cochran's first top 5s here in Extreme, period.
Yeah.
So.
White flag in the air, Gary, presented by the Wrestling with Nerds podcast. Back straightaway, and the final 2 turns for the 51 of Justin Opplinger. And for the 4th time this season, the 51 is going to see victory lane. Great job, Justin Opplinger. Great job, Mike Rominger. But the 51 is going to be the one celebrating this evening. Logan Kogar plus 27 spots, 30th to 3rd. Great run for that 25. Daniel Crimmin, 4th. Matt Cochran in 6th. Joe Darnell in 6th. Trevor Klein in 7th. 8th, Hunter Hastings. Trent Branson, 9th. And in 10th, it's Taylor Bertram. Those are all your lead lap drivers. What a fun race, dude. It was absolutely a fun race. And pure chaos at certain parts of it.
Yeah, absolutely. Great run by mostly everybody here tonight. I think we have got everybody but Kogar here as far as our podium goes tonight, AJ.
Yeah, do we know if Logan Kogar is heading over to the Discord?
Let's take a look here.
Well, as we are watching the 51 burning it down across the start-finish line, getting really good at these donuts.
Well, when you do them all the time.
That's what I was going to say.
I hope you get good at them after you have had a lot of practice.
There's Logan Kogar. I'll take 3 and 1. Gary, you can take P2. But let's talk to our 3rd place driver this evening. The driver, the number 25, plus 27 spots. Absolutely, purely insane to have that good of a run this evening. It's Logan Kogar. Congratulations on the run. How does it feel to finish 3rd here at Kansas?
It was great, man. It was a wild race all around. I had plenty of action, unfortunately, around me. Thank goodness I missed it. But I mean, it's insane that we managed to finish in the top 3. Could have won, I felt like, if we had another caution there. But it was definitely a great race for me.
Yeah, with the race, there was a lot of strategy to go along with that race. How was it coming towards the finish? Because that's where we got completely spread out. Was there a little bit of a strategy call that you threw kind of like a Hail Mary to try to catch those 2 in front of you? Or how were you attacking the final 20 to 30 laps?
I was trying to maybe look at short pitting there to kind of cycle out because I knew that'd be probably the best call there. And honestly, I wish I'd pitted with Mike. I think I probably would have finished in front of Mike. We were a little bit quicker than him there. As far as, though, getting Opplinger there, I don't think I had much for him.
Well, dude, we go to Knoxville next week. This is going to be a first, for me at least, to call a race with these NASCAR stock cars, stock trucks on dirt. But what are we expecting? Have you been practicing? Are you good at running on the dirt?
I haven't. I don't even know actually if I'm gonna be running that one or not next week, but I know New Hampshire I think's after that, and I'm pretty good there, so I'm definitely looking forward to that one.
All right, dude. Well, thank you for coming talking with us. Do you have any sponsors you want to plug before we let you go celebrate the podium finish?
No, I mean it was just I had fun out there tonight. It was a great race, and congrats to the 51 of Justin.
All right, dude. Thanks for coming and talking with us. You have a very good rest of your night.
You too.
All right, Gary, ready for P number 2?
Here he is, Mike Rominger. You got a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
All right. Well, I'm gonna say it, even though you're not the hick for French Lick. That's Larry Bird, but the hick for French Lick, Mike. Finished in second here, buddy. Talk about your race. Talk about that last run. Did you think you had anything for that 51, or did you kind of know that this was kind of a Hail Mary move and I just had to do what I had to do to at least get a podium?
Well, I was going to try to time it to where I'd pit at least one lap before him, but I got into the wall right before I pitted, and I just decided to come earlier. So I knew the 1 or 2 laps was going to get me at the end. So
Well, you said you got into the fence. Did iRacing give you any old damage there, or did you luck out on that one?
no, it just slowed me down, my momentum. So I just decided, pit a lap early.
Absolutely. Well, we got Knoxville next week. Dirt racing. Have you raced the trucks on dirt before, or is this going to be one of your first times racing these trucks on dirt as we go to Knoxville next week?
I've raced on dirt before with the truck. I think it was Bristol. I don't know. I can't remember, but yeah, it's going to be interesting.
All right. Well, do you have anybody you want to thank or give anybody any shout outs here as we let you go celebrate P2?
Yeah, I'd like to thank all the teammates down Prime Time. Thank you guys for doing all you do in the admin booth and up in the broadcast booth. I'd like to thank RICMOTECH and all the sponsors. Yeah, without them, we can't do what we do.
All right. Well, congratulations on your P2 here tonight, and we'll see you next week at Knoxville Raceway.
Thank you, guys.
And I believe AJ has caught up with our winner, Justin Opplinger.
Justin, back to back and belly to belly. Your 4th win of the season comes at Kansas Speedway in race number 6. How does it feel?
Oh, it feels pretty good. That race was a little weird with lines and stuff and figuring out what was fast, what wasn't, but a little, a lot more wrecks than what we would have liked, but still brought it home in P1, and we'll move on in the next race.
So I gotta ask this. This is hopefully the admins aren't listening. Where's the rocket on that truck? Because you put tires on it and it just went.
Probably on that gas pedal right there on the right foot. I mean, I don't really know, but yeah, the new tires, like, it was kind of weird. It was like after lap 5, having newer tires was a lot better, but if it was like within that 3-lap window, it didn't really matter too much. But yeah, I messed up on one of the pit calls near the end of that last like caution, and I thought I was screwed because I started like 11th, but we made our way back through and got good track position and then took advantage of it.
All right, well, we go to Knoxville next week. How excited or not excited are you to be running dirt?
I was gonna be pretty excited, but sad news, I don't think I'll be making that race. I think I gotta go help out at a racetrack in the real world and do some stuff. It's a special Tuesday race, so I don't think I'll be here. Some of the Access Racing team won't be there as well, but I think we might have one guy run it. I'm not totally sure yet, but I was going to be super excited. It's definitely a oddball out race, and it would have been a lot of fun. But sadly, I don't think I'll be able to make it.
Darn, that stinks. Well, if you're not here next week and you're taking the week off, you're leaving on a very high note. But before we let you go and celebrate the win, the back-to-back win at Kansas Speedway, do you have any sponsors you want to plug?
Yeah, first off, I'd like to give big thanks to the Lord above, Mom and Dad for the sim, XMS, and with Ed and everything, Gary, and Doug Tuttle, everyone that runs the league, All-Star 15 TV, you guys in the broadcast booth, RICMOTECH, sim racing equipment, great stuff over there. Go check them out. All the admins that help with the race, and yeah, I think that's it.
All right, dude. Well, thank you for coming talking with us, and we will see you down the road, whether it's next week or the following week. Stay safe, and congratulations on the win.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right, Gary, break it down for us.
Well, it was a very competitive night here at the Kansas Speedway here in this great state of Kansas in the heartland. There's no place like home when you come to Kansas Speedway. I'm just kidding. I'm not Dorothy, but I did get called Dorothy today in the Discord here. But really looking forward to this race. It was a fun one. A little bit of chaos, a little bit of good racing. If you like chaos, if you're an agent of chaos, you really love this one here tonight. But all in all, Opplinger goes back-to-back for the second time this season. I don't see anybody stopping this guy, to be honest with you, AJ. It's going to be a really his championship to lose, I think, as we head to the midpoint of the regular season.
Yeah, absolutely. The only way you can stop Justin Opplinger is if he doesn't show up to the race, which it sounds like that's what's going to happen next week, unfortunately. But on the screen for everybody watching at home, your results from tonight's race from Kansas Speedway, race number 6. It was by far a fun one, Gary. Thank you for joining me up in the broadcast booth. Everybody stay safe, stay cool. Well, don't stay cool. You're going to need some warmth depending on where you are.
Folks.
It was cold up in Connecticut today. But
if I told you it was 78 and sunny, you'd kill me.
But everybody, y'all have a good one. We'll see you tomorrow night when we run this back just with Xfinity cars. Take care.
Scott, keep being stupid in the chat.
RICMOTECH, high-performance sim racing equipment. There's only one place to go, RICMOTECH.com.